Good evening, friends. Thanks for joining. We are about 2 minutes away from yoga. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Your presence is appreciated. If you are looking to bring some supplementary things into your practice today, I have my red carnelian beads and a red candle as well. In the background, my Shango candle. So anything that you can bring to kind of up your energy, do so. And we'll reconnect about that in about 1 minute. All right, here we are at 7 o'clock. Once again, thank you so much for joining. My name is Dr. Auburn on behalf of the Freedom House. And we will be flowing today, keeping our root chakra in mind. So grab your mat. If you are working with a block or a strap or any books or any sort of thing to bring the ground closer to you, you're welcome to that as well. We'll start to settle to the mat. We're going to start today on the sits bones with the soles of our feet together, pulling the feet back toward the glutes, beginning to engage with the breath. So all month long, actually this is our last week, this is the last week of June, we've been exploring our root chakra, or Shango in our African centered terms. And we're talking about energy centers. So anytime we talk about the root, we're talking about the base, just like the roots of a plant, something that keeps you steady, keeps you grounded. And so today, as we begin to deepen our breath, we're going to practice with balance in mind. And so we're going to work with balance today. And balance can mean a couple of different things. It's definitely harmony for the body. So as we bring balance to your body, start to think about letting your day go. Thank you for those that are just joining. Once again, we are exploring our root Orisha today, or our root energy center, also known as Shango. We have tones in the background that correspond with that particular part of the body. So we're working on our grounding. Start to envision your red light as you come to your sits bone with the knees open wide and feet pulled back to the glutes. A couple of options for your hands. They can be down on the ankles to pull back. We want to lengthen the spine here. Now, if you're getting too much pressure on the hip flexors, you're welcome to press the feet out more and find some relief, but just try to find a straight spine as opposed to kind of leaning and bending forward, okay? We're going to begin with some breathing exercises today. As we head into our Kemetic yoga practice, Kemetic is an African-centered yoga. Start to bring your eyes closed and settle your chin down toward your chest. With the hands positioned on the legs, however that felt comfortable for you. Start to deepen your breath. As you inhale, hold at the top for a moment, and then exhale, release the air. Beautiful. Take a few more just like that. Inhale, fill your belly up for 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top of your breath for 1, 2. Take a loud exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause at the bottom for 1, 2. Deep inhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause at the top of your breath for 1, 2. Take a loud exhale. Release the air out. Continue to take the breath in the same cadence. And by cadence, I mean acknowledging your breath in 4 different parts. The inhale, the exhale, and the pause in between. In Kemetic yoga, this notion is called rule of 4 breathing. As we geometrically progress the body and the mind toward harmony of the spirit. As you are seated here, your eyes may be closed or looking down, or rearrange the feet a bit. You can always pull them back toward your groin in order to deepen your stretch in your hip flexor and stretch out our psoas muscle. Or if that's too much pressure, then you can send the feet forward. I'll always offer variations for you to be able to deepen your practice to how it feels good for you. Continue to breathe, and we'll begin a neck roll. Take your right ear toward the right shoulder. Chin down toward your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Open up through the throat. Let your head hang heavy behind you. Take a swallow as you're there. And we'll take it in the other direction. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin down to your chest. Right ear to right shoulder. And then expose your throat. Bring your head back to the center. Start to roll the shoulders. Take them back a few times. As your eyes may still be closed or looking down, envision your red light. The root chakra, or the root Orisha, is represented by a red hue. If you feel like your red hue is dull, brighten it in your mind's eye as you roll your shoulders for one more breath. Pick your hands up off of the legs. Take each thumb and touch it to your finger pad. We've been here for a few minutes, so you can really start to feel your glutes and the connection that you're making to the ground beneath you, the core or the center of the earth. This is representative of your very root. Come back to the center for one last breath. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release the air out. Keep your left leg folded in. Extend your right leg. You want to take it actually straight forward as opposed to in a V motion. So take it straight forward on your mat. Tuck the right knee in just a little more to deepen the stretch in the hip. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward toward your right leg. As you're here, bend from the hips. You want to come down. Chin to chest is the first move that helps stimulate your thyroid gland. Grab for something on your right leg. Perhaps you're grabbing for the shin or the ankle or the foot. And consciously pulling yourself down. Closer to the mat, allowing your head to hang heavy. Take 3 more breaths here as we're entering the yoga practice. Remember that 3 to 5 breaths will get you into any posture, just the beginning phases of the success of the posture. With each inhale, lengthen your spine. Each exhale, deepen your stretch. Work your forehead down. Last breath. Beautiful. Rise up slowly. And switch it out. Take your left leg long, right leg folds in. Remember, we're taking the foot straight out, consciously flexing your toes back toward your face, creating the length in your spine. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Grab for something, the shin, the ankle, or your foot. Pull yourself closer. Work your chest toward your thigh, forehead to the knee. Be very conscious about your movement. Very conscious about how each breath takes you a little closer. Pay attention to your low lumbar spine. We want to be folding from the hips and the low back, as opposed to the middle back or crunching. Hold here for one more breath. Take it to your depth, the deepest expression you have. Nice job. Rise up slow. We'll take both feet forward. Root or Shango connected. Remove the little fleshy part from underneath you if it's hindering you. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Feet are actively flexed back toward your face. Bend from the hips and low back. Breathe in. Breathe out to deepen. Head hangs heavy. If you're having trouble focusing in on your intention, our intention of being grounded, listen to the tones around you. Listen to the sounds that directly correspond with this energy center. Shango. One more breath. Let the head hang heavy than it has. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Flex your toes actively toward your face. Bring your hands down by your sides. Roll out your neck one last time, one clockwise. and one counterclockwise. Start to feel the difference in your body. Make sure you're not crunching in the back here. Straight spine. Now we'll transfer to our hands and knees. Coming to the hands and knees changes the perspective of what is rooted. Now we're rooting through the knees and the palms. And our root Orisha is exposed from the back body. People don't often think about exposing or opening up through the back body. So we're here in our tabletop motion with your shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips over the knees. Look down at your hands, open your fingers wider, press evenly into each pad of the finger and the palm. Straighten through the elbows. Inhale, cow pose, look up, dip your belly low toward the mat. Exhale, scared cat, round down, pull your chin toward your chest and really dome your upper back. Look inward. Inhale, cow, let this ride with the wave of the breath. Expose your back body. Exhale, scared cat, round down. As our root changes, let your movements change. Take this a few more times on your own. Options to begin rolling out the neck from side to side. Find some organic movement in your hips. Sway them. If it feels good on your hands, your palms can face upward as well. Lift your toes behind you. Just roll around. Figure out what your body needs. Become fluid. Become fluid with the tone that you hear and what you feel within the breath. Taking this for one more. Beautiful. Come back to a static posture. Then bring your knees together and come down to a seat on the shins. This may feel a little bit uncomfortable on your knee joints. If you are feeling any pain here, you have an option to come up to this position. Just kind of hang out here and maybe ease your way down with each breath. If everything feels comfortable, come all the way down to your sits bones. Close your eyes. This is Sesh pose. Variation to the Sesh was the scribe in our Kemetic yoga practice. The scribe is the person who has that artistic illustration to show what's happening in our Kemetic world. The sacred writers of the hieroglyphs, or Madhu Netur, they're encouraging our return to nature. Here we return to nature as Shango. You can directly feel the energy line. Imagine your breath flowing from the top of your head down to your crown and creating a root. At any time this is too much on your knees, come up. We want to be here for 2 more breaths if you can. Just elongate. Consciously send the breath to the parts of your body that feel the most uncomfortable. One last breath here. Imagine your root. As you inhale, it travels up to your third eye and pauses. Exhale, release it down. Let your roots release with the breath. We'll come forward and place your palms back down. Back to our tabletop. Lift your right leg up. Roll out your ankle, wiggle your toes, bring the blood back, bend your knee. You want to bring some life back into this joint as you created a tourniquet effect with your Sesh pose. Bring that leg down, kick out your left leg, wiggle your toes, bend your knee, bring the blood back. Shift and wiggle. Bring the foot back down. We'll come back to the sits bones for our direct connection to the root. Variation with the legs. Left leg is going to come in first. Then your right leg comes either in front, or for another variation, it can come on top. play around with both of those and see what feels better for you. Find your positioning, find that tall, healthy spine. Inhale, reach your arms above you. Exhale, fold forward to double pigeon. You want to crawl the hands down. Maybe it's just the palms first and your chin is down to the chest. That's okay. If you want to go more, then work your forearms down to the mat. Or even just crawl the fingertips forward with each exhale. Let the inhales lengthen your spine. And the exhales deepen your stretch. Head hangs heavy. Breathe here. Take 3 more. Remember our cadence of 3 to 5 deep breaths through rule of 4 breathing to get consciously into any stretch. Imagine your breath traveling to the right hip flexor, which is where we're focusing on this stretch. Last breath, take it to your depth. See how far you can go and pause at the bottom. Inhale to rise. Reach your arms up. Then plant your right palm down and reach over to the right side, stretch. Back to the middle. Plant the opposite palm down, reach in that direction, breathe and stretch. Back to the middle. Bringing the hands down and extend the legs, taking a wiggle of your toes, bend the knees from that tourniquet effect. And we'll come back to our second set of the right leg long, toes flexed back, left leg pulled inward. Root, Shango, connected. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, take it down. Grab for something, the shin, the ankle, the foot, toes consciously flexed back toward your face. Allow the head to hang heavy as you train your chest down toward your thigh, your forehead down toward your knee. This is the second time we've been in this stretch, so do a little self-study here and allow yourself to get lower than you did on the first round. Self-study is very important as we work through each energy center. Self-study is what allows us to make the changes in our life to correspond with our yoga practice on the mat. Yoga can be lived both on and off your mat through mindfulness. Allow yourself one more breath here. Take it to your depth. And rise up slowly. And bring the foot back in. We'll take it to the opposite side this time. The right leg comes in first. And then the left leg is going to come. Here's your option, either in front or on top of the right leg. Tune into your tone, tune into your body, honor where you are, whichever expression makes you feel the best. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, double pigeon, fold forward. Now, if the hands aren't really serving you on the mat, you can also bring your hands down and just kind of lean on yourself. Sometimes that can feel really good, especially if you have one foot on top of the other leg and you might have a gap right here. We can work toward kind of leaning on that side and down in the middle simultaneously to deepen your stretch. So maybe try that. Or you can go back to the variation from the other side where your fingertips are consistently working forward and the head hangs heavy. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. As you arrive to the third breath, take it to your depth. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Then we'll change up the feet here. You want to grab the left leg, take it out. We're in our second set. The right foot pulls inward as much as it feels comfortable. You can let it out for a minute, wiggle your toes, bend your knees, bring the blood back from that tourniquet effect. Then bring the left leg back, or right leg back rather. Flex your left toes. Inhale, reach up. Remember the leg is straight out on your mat. Exhale, pull down. Second round on this side. Self-study. How can you change the posture from before? Chin to chest. Forehead toward your knee. Breathe easy and deeply. Take your last 3 breaths. How can your self-study kick in here? Elongate. Transform. Inhale to rise. And we'll take both feet forward. Second round here. Reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Grab for something. Keep the feet actively flexed back toward your face. Hinging from the hips rather than the back. Allow the spine to elongate with the breath. Your root is in the middle of our hip flexor, our hip bones. Kind of similar to where your coccyx or the sacrum is arrived at the low back. Beautiful. And we'll make our way back to the knees. Come back to those opposite roots. We root it through the palms here and through the knees, exposing your back body. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach your right arm high into the air and roll out your wrist. Exhale, thread the needle. Send it through the left side of your body. Right shoulder, right ear meet the mat. Your left fingertips can crawl forward if that feels good for you. We're searching for a little stretch in the neck here, so this may feel a little disconcerting at first, but make sure that you are breathing here. As you breathe, your right ear and right shoulder make it closer to the mat. And you can really start to find a stretch in the shoulder girdle and the neck. Find some relief from the hunching of the shoulders all day. One more breath here. In, slide the left hand back, ground yourself. Inhale, rise up. Take a roll of the wrist in the opposite direction. Bring it to the mat. Inhale your left arm high, look up, roll your wrist. Exhale, thread the needle. Send it through the opposite side of your body. Left shoulder, left ear meet your mat. Right fingertips can go forward if you'd like, or maybe just bend the elbow slightly and find some balance here. Balance of the body, balance of the mind. Check in with yourself here. Self-study. Is your shoulder and neck hunched up with stress? Release it. You have 3 more breaths to find the release. Make tiny adjustments with the body. Last breath. Guide your right hand back toward your face if you moved it. Press into the palm. Lift your left arm up, roll the wrist. Then bring it down to the mat. Open your knees wide to the outer edges of your mat. Exhale, child's pose. Let your red light emanate as you take a few breaths here. Straighten through your shoulders and the elbows, and allow the breath to come from the tailbone. Your root energy center is exposed from the back body as we're here in the child's pose. Take full advantage. Imagine your breath traveling from the spine, the base of the spine, up through the crown of your head, and your red light shooting through the fingertips in front of you. Send that power outward. The power of your very connection to the universe, to the earth, to yourself. Slide your hands back and take them down by your sides. Take your left ear to the mat and look to the right side. Continue to imagine that red light. Let it ignite your back body with each breath. The fiery red light. Perhaps your light was a little dim at the beginning of class. Now is the time to find the brightness. Last breath on this side. Relaxed shoulders. Bring your hands up. Lift your head up. Take it to the other direction. Left ear down. Look to the opposite side. Bring your arms back. This is a super wide hip opener. We keep a lot of stress in the hips. So if you're feeling a little bit emotional here or a little bit of pressure in the hip or at the low back, that's good. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Bring your palms back by your sides to support you. And come up slow. And we'll transfer back to the sits bones. As you arrive to the sits bones, we'll come actually long and start to make our way to your back. Extend your arms and root down. Engage your core as you come down. Bring the arms long by your sides. Palms up to receive energy. Palms down for balance. Feel your sits bones underneath you, rooted to the mat, rooted to the earth beneath you, the center of the earth. Our red light or our red energy center, Shango, is correspondent with a vowel. So each energy center has a vowel that creates from the belly. So here it's 3 inches below your navel, actually. In Kemetic yoga, we study this as the life force. So bring your right hand 3 inches below the belly, palm face down. Left hand is going to come on top of right, and the thumbs connect. Create a pyramid with your thumbs. You can feel your belly rising and falling with each one of your breaths. Allow this to feel really good. Back to our vowel that corresponds with this spot of the belly. It is Now, as you make that sound with your mouth, you could feel your belly start to vibrate in that section of the body. So we're going to take a couple of rounds, and of course, this is always optional. You can work your way up to it, or just relax here and feel the breath, the power of the breath in your belly, and engaging with your life force space. So take a deep inhale here and prepare for your vowel. Hold at the top of your inhale. Exhale. It can be a rolling breath. So once you get to the end, take it again. Take it one more time when you're ready. At the bottom of your vowel, continue to breathe. As you inhale, let your belly get really big like a balloon, pausing at the top. As you exhale, release the air out. We'll be here for 5 more breaths. Option to bring your arms by your sides, palms down for balance, to feel rooted. Take your final breaths. Observe the vibrations that you feel in your body right now. Observe your red light. In Kemetic yoga, we call the breath Shu. S-H-U. It is known that the breath is our main source of sustenance, not food, not water, but merely the breath within your body. It can warm the fibers of your muscles from the inside out. It can cool you in a time of need. It expands, replenishes your body. Think about the term respiration. Spirit. Meaning to bring forth again. And the spirit is Shu, the breath that keeps you alive, keeps you connected to nature, connected to the plants around you, the ground beneath you. Take one more breath here. And we'll come back to a little bit of movement. Lift your left leg in the air. Continue to feel the energy from your vibration, from your vowel. Lift your right ankle up over your left thigh. Lower back, sacrum, rib connected to the mat. Option to interlace your hands behind your left thigh to deepen your stretch here. Or just pull back on the left thigh and lift your right thigh rather, and lift your left thigh and press it back. Use the weight of your thighs and your legs to open your hips. Option to rock gently here from right to left. Take 3 more breaths here. Last one. Take it to your depth, pull back more. You should be able to feel it in your right hip. And let that side go. Switch it out, bring harmony to the body. Right leg up, left ankle over the top. Option to pull back on the left foot and knee simultaneously, or you can bind your hands behind your right thigh and pull back. Rock gently from right to left. Deepening the stretch in your left hip flexor. One more big breath here. Then release that side. Let it go. Bring both feet down to the mat with knees bent and feet planted. Arms long by your sides as if you could tickle your heels with your fingertips. Pull back a little more than you think you can. Adjust the feet. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, spider, variation 1. Lift your belly. Igniting your root core with an opposite stretch than we've taken all class. Tuck your shoulders underneath you here. Option to tuck them even more by interlacing your hands underneath your sits bones, and then lift a little higher. Press firmly into your heels. Lift your belly up. Make it really big with your breath. Squeeze your glutes. Hold. 4, 3, lift higher. 2, come down on 1. Reconnect your root to the ground. Bring your thighs together. Toe heel your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Fallen spider. Take 3 to 5 breaths. Continuing to scan the body. Continue your self-study. Come back to your intention as you're here. Balance. We're going to take a second round of spider. Rearrange your feet. Bring them back. Lift your belly in the air. Option to tuck your shoulders. Maybe interlace the hands. Pull your heels back. Closer, squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Ignite your core. Lift 1 inch higher than you think you can. Expose your belly. 4, 3, 2, Release down on one, back to fallen spider. Knees and thighs connect. Feet toe heel out. Three to 5 breaths. Calm the body. Calm the mind. We're going to take one last set here. Send your feet back toward the middle. Inhale, spider pose. Lift your belly. Squeeze your glutes in. Squeeze the inner thighs toward each other. If you'd like an added challenge on this round, you can lift up to your toes and let your heels come off the mat. Ignite your heels. Ignite your life force up toward the ceiling. Explosive energy. Holding for 4, 3, 2. Ease down on 1. Sits bones and heels. This time, soles of your feet come together and open your knees like a book where we started. Breathe here. Knees are open wide. Tuck your shoulders. Notice if you're clenching in the shoulders. Option to bring your hands back to your belly. Place one hand on your belly, right hand on the belly, left hand on the heart. Let's find connectivity. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, release the air. Continue to open your hips here. Take one more. Beautiful breath. Thighs come together. And bring them up to your chest. Grab for your knees or shins. Rock right and left. You feel a little tingle in your low back here as we release those muscles. Your internal organs also get a little massage. And rock forward. We're back up in our seat. We're going to take a second round of our hip opener. So bring the left leg in, right leg over the top of the left or in front. Always remember your options, what's best for your body. Rearrange the body, hips square, tall, healthy spine. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, double pigeon, fold forward. Crawl the fingers forward. Let the head hang heavy, chin to chest. You've been here before, so you should be able to feel a difference in the hips. Work yourself further than you did on the last round. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself in the sense that maybe the fingertips crawl forward 1 more inch than they did before. Or maybe your forearms get closer to the mat in front of you. Or your head gets closer to the legs than it did before. Three more breaths. Inhale, rise up. We'll take the leg out for the third round in that V shape. We've been going straight, but this time we're gonna go out in the V. Inhale, reach the arm. Exhale, fold forward, out toward the foot. Grab for your shin, your ankle, your foot, pull yourself down. Chin to chest. Forehead to knee, head hangs heavy. One more breath, pull yourself down. And come back to the top. And we'll switch it out. Right leg's gonna come in. Left leg is in front or on top. Lift your arms up, breathe the energy up, red light emanating through the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward. Imagine it traveling from your low back, your sacrum, that's the source. The low back or the sacrum in your back body, your life force that we just explored back down on the mat in your front body. That spot 3 inches below the navel. Remember, it's a multifaceted thing. It happens from the back, the front, the sides. Shango. Three more breaths here. Take it to your depth. You've been here before. Find your depth. Last one. Inhale, rise up. Unravel. The left leg goes long in the angle this time. Right leg in. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, grabbing for something, pulling yourself down. The shin, the ankle, the foot, finding length from side to side. Chin to chest. Stimulate your thyroid gland. One last breath. Ease yourself up slow. Take both feet forward in a V. Wiggle your toes, roll the ankles. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Get low, hang heavy. Maybe work the fingers down. Most important here is chin to chest and bending from the hips and the low back. Forearms headed down to the mat. 3 more breaths. Inhale to rise. We'll take both feet forward. Actively flex your toes back toward your face and descend down to your mat, arms long. 4, take your time, engage your core. 3, hold on, you got it. 2, and 1, you're there. Feel the connection. Take your right leg up. Pull your chest toward your thigh. Pull your right leg up and in toward the right armpit. Wiggle your toes, roll out the ankle. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, supine twist. Ground it over the opposite side of your body. We want our shoulders to go down toward the mat. Both shoulders, even your right shoulder. Look up toward the ceiling. You can grab your left hand, can grab the right thigh to help press it down toward the mat. We're looking for a torso twist here. On the right side body, guide your foot down. You're here for 3 more breaths. Bring the right thigh back up. Give it a final squeeze. And let it go long. Inhale your left thigh up. Guide it in toward your left armpit. Squeeze, flex the toes. Exhale, supine twist. Send it over the opposite side of your body. Right hand can come to the left knee to help press it downward. Breathe here. With each breath, ease your left shoulder closer to the mat. Take 3 more. Inhale your left thigh up. Squeeze it toward you. Then let it go. Bring both thighs up to your chest. Forehead toward your knees. Squeeze yourself into a tight ball. Scrunch up your face. Flex your toes back toward your face. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat and relax. Every part of your body is still. Perhaps exceeding the boundaries of your mat. Let your eyelids settle. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your jawline. Come into a body scan here. Take inventory, self-study. Acknowledge what feels a little different than when you started. How do you feel? Your front body exposed. That spot 3 inches below the navel. Your life force, open to the world. Bathe it in red light. Shango. As we are meeting virtually, you have a couple of options as we're at the end of our time together. I'd like to reserve the last 5 minutes if you'd like to bring any questions or comments into the chat and I can answer them. If you are feeling where you are and just want to continue to lay and enjoy your mummy pose, your death pose, your staff pose, you're welcome to do that as well. I welcome any comments or questions in the last 5 minutes, or just lie and enjoy, reflect. As always, thank you for your presence. The Freedom House welcomes you. And as we dive into this journey through the end of the year, next week we will start in on our next energy center.
Ooh. Stand up, shit.